All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Pro Life, Pro Liberty Live. Unfortunately, I just realized I cannot see the chat. So if you're commenting in the chat, I can't see it with this app. I'm gonna play around with some other apps that are good for mobile streaming, but I just wanted to be able to stream live, and I will look at chat and comments later. So if you do leave comments, please do still leave comments. I do appreciate it, and I do want to hear from y'all. I just will not be able to see it live. So I'm starting over here just for the noise level, and I just wanted to kind of, sorry with my hand there we go. So let y'all see a little bit. So we are at the Capitol of Texas. It's kind of hard to see behind the trees. We've got some statues up here. If you have not been to the Capitol in Austin, Texas before, beautiful grounds, beautiful building inside. Sadly, we cannot go inside because COVID, they have it closed down. So normally when there are rallies, when there are protests, normally we're actually able to be there, that area, that would normally be where we would fill in, and they would set up stages and all of those things. But we can't do that right now. So the rally is down that way, and I went a fair ways back just for the noise level because it is real loud down there. I do want to take you guys down there in a minute. They're talking right now about gun rights, which is awesome, but I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit about what's going on down here before I go into the noise and hope that you can hear and hope it sounds okay to y'all. But let's talk real quick first before I go down there. I did promise to talk about debate reactions and all of that. So, I did watch the debate live this last week, and it was real entertaining. It was definitely some entertainment. And, it was just kind of, to me, presidential debates, what I don't understand is I don't know anybody really who changes their mind because of a debate that happens a month before the election. Most people have already made up their mind how they're voting. The question is getting out to vote, and so both candidates, both sides of this two-party system, which is a problem. Really, there are multiple sides to this, but only two of them are getting any airtime. Obviously Joe Jorgensen has been running a very good campaign for the most part. She's had some missteps, like the Alan Dershowitz thing, but she's been running a campaign. She's been doing all this stuff to try and get her message out there, but she has been stopped at every turn. And meanwhile, these two candidates get all the live streams, they get all the national broadcast, everything. But to me, I don't see anybody changing their mind. It does rile people up. It does get people out to vote. And I definitely think Trump did that successfully in his performance at the debate. Because we know it wasn't about, there was going to be no debate on the merits of either party's platform. It was going to be a demonstration of Trump's ability to handle crises, to think on his feet versus Biden's. And so you saw Trump responding in real time to anything that Biden said, fact checking him, debunking him. Really, that was definitely at least what I saw. And you saw Biden just struggling to get a word in edgewise. He was not a commanding, powerful presence. He was not commander-in-chief on that stage. He was grandpa. Grandpa's great, love grandpa, but not electing grandpa for president, right? But meanwhile, Trump was very much took command of that stage. Now, as I've said before, I'm not a Trump voter, okay, but not a Biden voter either. And I do want to just give that perspective that I do think Trump did well on this debate. I do think that he had a good performance on this debate. So with all of that said, and I said I was going to talk about my bug out bag. I may just do a separate standalone video, just like I did for the food thing. If you haven't watched my video on my food storage for post-election chaos, please go check that out. I do appreciate it, not just for the views and whatever, but I do want y'all to be prepared. I want y'all to be ready for post-election chaos, because it's going to be chaotic, it's going to be crazy. In that video I go into more detail on why it's going to be so crazy and why you need to be prepared. But just go check that out, and I'll do a bug out bag video later. So right now I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around again. Sorry for my hand. Nope, that's the wrong way. I'm figuring out this new app here, y'all. And you can kind of see I don't have a whole videography team here, so we are gonna head down to the rally and we'll just see what y'all can hear. I apologize if it's hard to make stuff out, but we'll just see what we can see. But real quick, let's just kind of take a look at our Capitol. And so there's our Capitol building up there. We've got other people streaming too. Lots of people streaming. It's definitely a thing. So you'll see a lot of vaccination signs here. That is definitely one of the things that we are talking about is no forced vaccinations, COVID or otherwise. Parents being able to make the choice about whether or not to vaccinate their children and which vaccines. And also making pharmaceutical companies liable for the adverse reactions of those vaccines. So that's something that we really, really care about. We want pharmaceutical companies to have to deal with that. Like if there's an adverse reaction, we want that to happen. So again, here is Capitol building, and let's go see the rally.
The Mexican Army and captured Santa Ana, and guess what? Texas was born.
Oh my gosh, I saw it.
Yeah, excuse me. Oh, thank you very much. Of course, we all know what happened to them in the end, and we honor them for their courage and fight. Or excuse me, I already went there. Today in 2020, we have our own Santa Ana, several of them to be exact. Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi.
And so over here we have additional rally participants because we can't all fit right here.
Jarvis Johnson, Sheila Jackson,
Can't all fit right here because
Ron
we're not allowed to be up in the green grassy space that we normally would be in. So we're out here.
Democrats want to take control and destroy the Constitution, just like Santa Ana did before them.
And let's go across the street and just see a little bit more
They want to take your
down
guns
here.
away from you. They want to take your freedom
I
of
just want
speech
y'all to see the
away
full
from you.
picture of what's going on.
They want to take your right to life away from you. They want to remove all of your God-given rights that is protected by the U.S. Constitution. But you have a choice. You have a choice to either give in and let them take your God-given rights away, or you can remember where you came from. Remember those Alamo defenders. Stand up and
And so we have security for this event from This is Texas Freedom Force. They are out here to make sure that nothing crazy happens. And they're in full gear. They are ready. And we appreciate them. We appreciate their support. And we have our tents over here. We have all of that. Thank you for being here. And again, we have more seating over here. More people. Again, this is a spillover because, as you can see, there's not a lot of space up there because they won't let us be on the Capitol grounds. So, cross back over and let y'all hear more of the rally.
in front of the Alamo Chapel.
I was here actually.
At least once the crosswalk lets us over again.
Who had threatened to burn the Alamo to the ground. I couldn't help but think, what was Travis thinking back in 1836? What was Bowie thinking back in 1836? What was Crockett thinking back then? And what was every Alamo defender thinking back then? At that moment, a sense of calmness came over me that night. At least I knew that if I died at the Alamo that night, at least I stood proud with my fellow Texans and we defended what is right. I was preserving a piece of history for future generations that day in hopes that they would too learn what it means to be a Texan. In the end, the Alamo continues to proudly stand in downtown San Antonio. In the end, the Alamo Cenotaph gloriously stands 60 feet high in front of the Alamo because Texans weren't afraid to follow This Is Texas Freedom Force into a 3.5-year battle that we eventually won against George P. Bush and the city of San Antonio. Folks, we can win these battles. I know that, excuse me, at that, getting mixed up. So sorry, guys.
No.
So I'm here to ask you one thing today.
And just to show you this side of the rally here, we have a couple of interesting vendors. So we have freed.media, which I'm going to be checking out later. It's a social media site supposed to be for health freedom, which is something I'm kind of getting interested in learning about. Down here, I'm not sure if you can see the banner from here. Let me see it.
Step up, fight to preserve our history so that you know where you came from.
See that there's a couple of organizations represented at that booth. I'm just gonna put my camera around now. So, and kind of come back up here. Oh, we got the generator making noise. So let me cross over here and get some. So again, we got more rally participants over here. Again, this is the spillover because we can't be on the Capitol grounds because they shut us out because of COVID, whatever. But just to the couple of organizations I wanted to highlight that were over there. There's cancelproof.biz, and they are supposed to be helping small businesses that are worried about being canceled or worried about being boycotted or whatever other shut down, whatever other issues they might be facing, because they want to stand for truth, because they want to run their business the way they want to run it. And so cancelproof.biz, if you're a business owner and you're concerned about that, check that out. Talking about a couple of tends talking about vaccine choice for parents, essentially being able to choose which vaccines your child gets, when they get those vaccines, if they space them apart, if you opt out of certain vaccines because you don't trust them, or you opt out of all vaccines because you don't want to. That should be your choice as an individual for yourself, and your choice as a parent for your child. Especially now that with what we know about pharmaceutical companies' liability or lack thereof for adverse reactions. So I want to just thank y'all and give you just another look.
That makes America America. They don't believe in your right to
So there's again another look here at the rally from over here. KXAN is here, which is cool. So we'll see what their coverage looks like. Should be interesting. But again, there's our rally, and we're all kind of spread out down there. You'll see people all the way down who are kind of camped out with their families, because you can hear all the speeches from like across the street, probably down the block. So not everybody's going to necessarily be right up there by the microphone. It's actually pretty loud up there. So I understand people wanting to get away a little bit. But I just wanted to show you guys this, and I'm here. If any of you are here and you want to come say hi, please comment. Well, I would say comment on the video. Honestly, the easiest way is to message me on Tumblr. So if you have Tumblr, go ahead and message me. I know I've talked to at least one person who I might get a chance to say hi to when she gets here. So let me know on Tumblr if you are here and you want to say hi. Just let me know. All right, I'll see y'all later, and thank you those who are watching, and